Someday we'll get used to the countdown. Good
morning. If you guys saw like the couple seconds before, we're like this. And so
we like adjust our posture,
make sure we're sitting up straight. Yeah. Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. It is chilly outside.
Definitely.
And
Salim, my son, is 3.5, and he's been very angry lately that I've been making him wear long shorts to school because he only wants to wear shorts. He's very mad that long shorts are a thing right now.
Long shorts. Oh, he's gonna have a rude awakening.
Meanest mom really cool. Ever.
How dare you?
No. The worst.
Ellie luckily only wore her costume one day to school. This morning she took it in her room, and I was like, Sean, I think she might be putting that back on. She didn't, thankfully. But
anyways, hello. Good morning from the hatchery.
Yeah.
Welcome to your Friday morning edition of our Facebook Live.
Yeah. Where, mornings went good today. And we're actually sitting at our front desk because we got stools.
Yeah, you can't see them, but we do have them, and it looks really official.
It does, We can actually sit at our front desk when people walk in.
And the real victory in that statement is the fact that we successfully put these chairs together by ourselves with minimal help from our neighbors at Arena Liquor.
Thank you, Brent at Arena Liquor, for getting the black cap off. And it's just like $110 for expert assembly is what you can pay. We didn't. We just needed.
That's one of the things that I've learned through this job is you never pay for the expert assembly because it's ridiculous and we can handle it most of the time. Except for that one
We
chair.
do have a couple chairs that have slightly fallen apart that were not expertly assembled.
Anyway, we made it to Facebook Live on time today, but we didn't quite make it to being on topic. No. But we have our list, and we are ready to go.
Yeah. It feels just, winter, and it feels all in my face, so sorry if I keep messing with it. I know that it's not professional, but that's not what you guys are here for.
It's no worse than the time that I just drank water through the whole entire Facebook
You were
Live.
thirsty that day.
Yeah. But
Speaking of drinking, Reagan made rocket fuel coffee. So if you come in an hour and a half, we're going to be
if you're really looking for your caffeine fix, we've got it for you this morning.
It's the grind, because yes. But it's
a little strong.
Of coffee to 2 cups of water. Let's go.
So you just gotta keep people guessing.
Never know what you're gonna get here, right, Carrie?
Anyways, we have a lot of really exciting stuff coming up next week. Which also, it's November. I don't understand how that happened all of a sudden, but it did, and it's here. And that means that next week we have 2 really exciting events. On the 8th, we have April Melvin with the Insurance Shop coming to do a lunch and learn on WTF is health insurance. So she'll be breaking that down for you. Honestly, I think that was going to be a very valuable class for a lot of different people. Especially, I was thinking about this last night, but a lot of people who are getting ready to graduate from college and enter the workforce, I think it'd be a really valuable class for people in that age range, because I know personally, being in that age group, I don't really know anything about insurance. I know that you have to have it. I kind of understand what it means, but I don't know what good benefits are. So if that's something that you're interested in as an entrepreneur or at any level of understanding insurance, that's going to be a really awesome class. And that is coming up on November the 8th. It will be in the afternoon. I think it's 11 to 12:30. So you can come, bring your lunch, and learn a little bit about insurance. And April's awesome, so it'll be a good class.
Yeah, agreed.
Yes.
So RSVP so that we know how to set the room up. That'd be wonderful. And you can find that either on our Facebook page under the events or on our website, thehatchery.club/events.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's all there.
Yeah. Which leads us to our next. We always say that. Which leads us to.
Which segues us into our next.
Our grand opening ribbon cutting. We are so excited. Yay. So the Chamber of Commerce is going to come here with their huge, gigantic scissors and all of their gold coats, and we're gonna cut that ribbon to make it official that we've joined the chamber as, you know, small business here in town, and we're gonna have an open house. So ribbon cutting's at 4. We have an open house until 6. Blue Events is having some light appetizers and some refreshments. So come hungry. Not super hungry because it's just appetizers, but come kind of hungry.
Come ready for, you know,
Yeah.
an appetizer.
Yeah, and I think I told you they're going to have their floating wall of, like, food. So
Yes.
that's going to be super exciting. So come and see how awesome.
Yes. Honestly,
Blue
if you've
Events
never
is.
seen that, that's an event in and of itself. So if you're just
Yeah.
interested in food, you can also stop by.
Yeah.
It'll be good.
Yeah.
We'll be giving tours. It'll be an awesome time.
Yeah.
Had by
And
all.
one thing that we've been reaching out to our business owners and then HR people to be able to talk about our back to work program. And so that would be a great time if you know of somebody that's in HR and know a business owner that wants to add a extended maternity kind of leave to their employees. Definitely have them come by or reach out to us so that we can schedule a tour. Essentially, that's if, like, let's say I'm working for somebody and I get pregnant, not anytime soon, but I get pregnant and have a kid, and, like, FMLA pays for 6 weeks, that if you want another month and you can work off site, then we can figure out a way to have that connection, partnership, so that you can work part-time, kind of ease back in, and then we can watch your kiddo so that you're close, you know that they're safe, you can nurse, you can do all of that stuff, and so it's not like turn off, like, 6 weeks you're going back to work full-time and then your kid's in daycare. And so we would love any connections or anybody that to talk to about that. Yeah. I don't know if that was
Well, no,
kind of a
I
weird
think
month.
that, you know, our maternity option truly is like a transition back to work program.
Mhm.
It's not necessarily like we're not going to be here like helping you be on maternity leave.
Right.
But we are going to be available for people who need some extra help, like transitioning back to work. Because I know for me personally, like that was the thing that I was just so anxious about.
Mhm.
And in the grand scheme of things, it really wasn't that bad. But it was that like fear of the unknown of like, how am I going to go from being on maternity leave to getting up at 6 a.m. and getting ready and getting him to daycare and getting all of these things done when I can barely like have a clean shirt on all day long.
Yeah.
Like that's the stuff that we are hoping to be a really good transitional space for that kind of option.
Mhm.
Because there are some growing pains that come along with that. But as an employee and as an employer, you also don't want to lose your productivity.
Oh,
you don't want to
absolutely.
lose like your connection to
Mhm.
the outside world too.
Yeah.
Is like a huge part of that. So
That was big for me. I couldn't sit at home by myself. Like I was
Yeah.
going crazy. So I was out doing things. They're like, what are you doing? I was like, I will go crazy if I sit at home.
Yeah.
So we want you as employers and employees to be able to have your cake and eat it too.
Yep.
So
And we have solutions for that. So if
There you
that's
go.
something you're interested in, definitely shoot us a message and plan on stopping by on the 9th to learn a little bit more about what we have to offer to both employers and employees.
I
So
don't think I
that's
said
going to
the
be really
date, so
fun.
that's good.
Yeah. Thursday the 9th.
November 9th.
I've been saying it's the 7th. It's not. It's the 9th.
You can come for a tour, but we won't have refreshments.
Nope, there won't be any floating wall on that
No.
day.
There'll be
Um,
Chex Mix.
Right. So we hope to see you on the 9th.
Yeah.
And we also have, this is maybe exciting for us, not exciting for other
I'm
people.
so excited.
But we got a really cool, kind of like a floating wall business card holder for our office. So if you are a member or you're someone considering being a member or
Or sponsors.
sponsors,
Mhm.
be sure to stop on by and get your business cards hung up on our wall. We're working on building up our resource materials to have a little bit of a space to house those things that are really easily accessible to our members and to people that come to stop by for tours. So if you have a business card you want displayed, stop on by and
Bring it on back.
get it up on our wall.
Yeah. So I just want to say, or we want to say, thank you to Hawthorne Bank. They are wonderful. They're one of our sponsors. And David Clithrow had emailed me saying that they bought us a ticket to the LeaderCast Women event that is going to be this coming Monday on the 5th. And so that was one super nice
Yeah.
for him to do. And so we were able to pass on that ticket to one of our members. And so it was basically first come, first serve. And April Haywood got it. So
Awesome.
yeah, so she'll be there Monday. And so if you haven't checked out LeaderCast Women, Valerie Zumwalt and Como Leaders, they do a great job with that. There's some, I think like 7 or 8 speakers. And it's from like 8 to 4. It includes breakfast and lunch. Some breakout sessions and things like that. So I know April's going to be there all day. I'm going to be there in the afternoon. So cool. I'm super excited.
It'll be fun.
Mm-hmm.
LeaderCast is always a good time.
I always come out like, yeah, let's go.
I'm going to start all the businesses.
Oh, yeah. Sean doesn't like that part, but I do.
And we also have another really cool badass lady in business event coming up on November 17th, which is only 2 weeks away. I was saying that it was 3. It's really only 2. On November 17th, as you all know, we will be hosting the first ProFresh Live panel and networking happy hour. Couldn't think of what that word was there for a second. But that will be on November 17th. It's going to be a really awesome event. They are going to have speakers like Crystal Sadler, who owns a salon here locally, Casey Rubley, who is one of the top distributors of Synergence in the country, not even like, in our area, which is a big deal too.
And
but
Synergence is the lipstick. Like
Lip Sense, they also have a full line of makeup products. And she was actually on the ProFresh podcast to kind of talk a little bit more about multi-level marketing and how she made that work for her in her life. So if multi-level marketing is something that you're interested in, that key component in and of itself would be very valuable for you to stop by and just hear what she has to say, because it truly has transformed Casey's life. And I think her story is something that a lot of people can learn from. They're also going to have Beth Snyder, who owns One Canoe 2, which is, again, another insanely successful company based right out of here in the Midwest. One Canoe 2 now is nationally distributed. I can't think of the number of stores that it's in, but it's in a ton of stores. It's a nationally recognized product brand that a lot of people admire, and it's housed right here in the Midwest. I believe their storefront is in Fulton, right? They're in Fulton, and Beth is really interesting, and that will be really exciting. Is there one other? Yeah,
Lauren Swartz. She owned Lo and Behold. It was a fashion boutique here in town, and it actually didn't work out. And so I think I actually went to college with her, but I thought it was very brave of her to come on a podcast and talk about all of that stuff. And so it's obviously not always fun to talk about something that, like a dream that you had that didn't work out, but just her point of view on it and her explanation of what she learned and how she can just fail forward is really interesting. And who even did their branding. And so it was really interesting for her and for Lauren and Kristen to talk, like, because they were basically a team with that. And so, like, it didn't only hurt Lauren, like, that was hard for Kristen and them to do too, and to talk about that aspect of it. But now she works for, she's an insurance agent. So she talks about how, like, she's obviously, like, fashionista. And then you go to, like, polo and khakis, and she's like, and so it was really funny, like, how she's quirky and really funny. So I think that'll be really good.
And then, of course, all of the gals from Hoot will be here as well, which is, I mean, I would pay $15 just for that experience, let alone all the other amazing people that are going to be here. So that's going to be a super awesome event. Like we said, there will be a networking happy hour afterward. So not only are you getting this live panel of, like, really inspiring, interesting women and hearing about their businesses, but afterwards you're going to get the chance to mingle with them a little bit and have a couple of drinks. So
that's November 17th from 4 to 6, and there will be childcare as well, but you have to go and buy a ticket for that, and that we've shared it on our Facebook page. It's on our events calendar, but then it's also on ProFresh podcast.com or Google ProFresh podcast, and then
it'll be the first one. It's not hard.
But you have to buy a ticket, so that way we can set that room up, because there's only, I think, 15 seats, and the deadline to buy a ticket is either the 13th or the 15th. So make sure that you go and get that, and it'll be so much fun. And I'm excited to do more of those, not only with the ProFreshers, but other business owners around town. So I'm excited to get those going.
Yeah, and I would love to see in the comments just maybe some suggestions on what kind of panels you all would be interested in. We know what our personal interests are, which are pretty varied, but we know what we're interested in and what we want to get on our calendar. But we would love to hear from you all, like, who in our community are you interested in hearing from about their, like, business and what's going on?
I had one time I was at Starbucks and I saw Rebecca from Peggy Jean's Pies, and I went up to her like I was like a little kid, and I was like, "Hi, my name's Amanda." And I had talked. I was like, "In the future, we want to do panels. Would you want to talk?" And she's like, "Oh my gosh, yes." And so obviously after Thanksgiving and Christmas, because World Pie Domination is going on right now, but just anybody like that, like just people that are just making waves.
And honestly, so I think like
her blogs are amazing. So if you're not following Peggy Jean's Pies blogs, you're missing out on some hilarious.
Yes. Even if there's someone that in your head seems like unattainable, we have no fear about reaching out to people, because the worst thing that can happen is they tell us no. So
it's a good life lesson.
Someone is like in your head as being really interesting, but you're like, they would never come to Columbia or whatever, get that out of your mind, leave it in the comments, and let us handle the communication portion of it, because we'll see what we can do.
Yeah, I emailed Jen Sincero from You Are a Badass, and I was like, hey, you want to come speak in Columbia? We'll see. I mean,
haven't heard back yet, but
not yet.
Any day now.
Yeah. So if anybody else knows her, if you could just shout that out, Jen Sincero from You Are a Badass, You Are a Badass Making Money, come to Columbia. We'll have a big old event for you. And the last thing, because we are long-winded, 16 minutes.
I was really excited that we were probably going to keep it under 20. We probably will.
Yeah. So I've been not purposefully, well, yes, purposefully, drinking out of this wonderful 1 million cups mug. 1 million
1 million cups cup.
Cups. Yes, yeah. Sorry. We presented in Jeff City, so I want to thank David Fram and Tina Casagrande that they are doing the 1 million cups in Jeff City, and that's on. They do it once a month on Wednesday, but in Columbia, it's every Wednesday at 9. And so if you have an idea...
Sorry. I was going to say, do you want to explain a little bit about 1 million cups?
Yeah, so 1 million cups is a platform, basically, if you have an idea for a business or... and then it's like a unique type business, not like you're opening up an insurance agency or a dentist office. But if you have an idea of a product or a service, you can present. You have 6 minutes to present, and then you get feedback from the community. And so there's a ton of different people in there. There's like bankers, there's other entrepreneurs, mentors, business coaches. You're able to get some really valuable feedback.
Yep.
And I've presented twice here in Columbia and got amazing feedback. And then also there's so many people that just want to help. So that was beneficial. And then in Jeff City, it's brand new. So they've only done 2 months. And so their next one, I think, is December 6th. I think it's the first Wednesday of the month that they do it down there.
Yes.
And so they do it at the link down there. And so it's really, really wonderful. And you can present it all of the different ones. It's all over the United States. So you can present it as many as you want, which is smart for people to do. Yes. And so if you have any questions
to see like what's been going on, there's a huge, like, there's all kinds of different businesses. I think last week the one here in Columbia was a company that is focusing on a new way of doing teeth whitening at home. And like, so you have teeth whitening, we've presented. I know there are several tech companies that have presented. It's a really wide variety of different kind of businesses and different kinds of entrepreneurs. So if that's something that you're interested in, we try to post about it on our page when it is coming up. But
I know next week is Christy Asper with the Ink Cafe.
Oh, so definitely plan on going next week. That is so funny that you say that, because something that she commented on my Facebook was on my, like, on this day a year ago. Like, I was just thinking about her this morning. So Christy Asper with the Ink Cafe will be presenting next week, and you won't want to miss it. Christy is genuinely one of the most, like, kind people I've ever met in my whole entire life. So sweet. Let alone the fact that
is amazing.
Their business is amazing, and their baby is so
She's beautiful.
Cute. She is beautiful. So you can plan to attend that next week too. But yeah, we have our grand opening coming up next week and several other events. Definitely keep your eyes open on our Facebook page for more reminders about that kind of stuff.
And our newsletter.
Yes.
And it won't take you 19 minutes to read it.
No, it won't. It's like the Reader's Digest version of these Facebook Lives.
And one thing I want to leave you guys with is every morning and afternoon and evening and during the day, I listen to
all day long.
Moana and Frozen's Let It Go. And at first I was like, ooh, here we go again. But if you really listen to those words, they're really two good songs for like entrepreneurs and just like doing better. So I am encouraging you to listen a lot or once. I mean, you might take it once. Ellie listens to it all the time. But Moana's How Far Will I Go and Frozen's Let It Go. They're wonderful. Like, just listen to the words. So
I agree. They're really good.
It's fun. Except for Ellie now just says, I don't care.
That's in Let It Go.
Yeah. That's the only phrase that she sings. And it's everything. When you want to eat dinner, I don't care. Go to this. Mom, I don't care. I know that you don't care. I'm starting to not care either, but I really need you to eat dinner. So, Go ahead. Listen to those.
Do it.
All right.
We'll see you all next week. Have a good weekend. Bye.